Today I'm going to be reading for 24 hours straight.
Rain on my cloud, baby. Rain on my cloud, baby. Rain on my cloud, baby. Rain on my cloud, baby.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maisie and today we are doing the 24-hour readathon, the version where you read for 24 hours straight. Now, I asked over on my Instagram a few days ago what reading vlog you wanted me to film over this weekend, and I gave a few options, and clearly because you all want to see me suffer, reading for 24 hours straight won. I don't know if I'm gonna manage to go without sleep, to be honest guys, but we're gonna see. I'm actually filming this intro a few hours before I'll be starting, so it is currently 3 o'clock. I'm not going to start this until tonight. I have like some things that I want to do in preparation before I start. So I want to like have some dinner probably before I start. I want to walk the dogs before I start. I also want to, what else do I want to do? Have a nap. That was the important thing. I want to try and have a nap. I'm not really good at napping, especially like a planned nap. I'm not sure how I'm going to manage to do that. I will catch up with you when I'm actually starting, but I just wanted to film an intro while there was some light still because, yeah, it's going to be dark when I start this challenge. I am really scared for this, guys, so please do wish me luck, and yeah, hopefully it will be successful. I don't 100% know what books I'm going to be reading. Like, I think we're just going to mood read, so I can't really give you a TBR, but I will just keep you updated as I'm choosing the books. And yeah, that's it for now. I will come back to you when we're starting. Okay, so it is now 10 to 9 and I'm going to start reading. I failed at a nap also. Sorry, I had Nando's for dinner and I spilled a bit down me, so I apologise if you can see that stain, but I'm not changing. Yeah, I failed at a nap, unfortunately, so it's going to be a bit of a struggle tonight. I have got some Alani energy drinks that I'll probably need to have in a bit. We're just going to do as well as we can. We're going to stay up as long as we can. If I fall asleep for an hour or two, then it happens, but I'm going to try my best not to. In terms of where to start, I'm actually currently 60 pages in to Ruthless Vows. I've taken the dust jacket off. So ideally, like, this would be the best book to start with because I'm not really somebody who likes to read multiple books at once. But one, I'm not that into it so far, and two, like, the writing is just so small. And I just think that's just going to hurt my head. So I think for now I'm just going to focus on like easy reads, shorter reads, quicker reads. And I think I'm actually going to start with Happy Place, which to be honest could not be a good idea because if you don't know, I don't love Emily Henry's books. I've read the first three that were before this: Beach Read, You, Me on Vacation and Book Lovers. And I quite liked You, Me on Vacation, or People, Me on Vacation, whatever you want to call it. But it wasn't amazing. Like, that was my favourite one. The other two I didn't really like. So yeah, I'm not sure. If I'm not enjoying it, I'm just gonna pick up a different book instead. But this is what I'm gonna start with for now. We're just gonna get reading, so let's do it.
So baby, it's a shame that we don't operate well, baby. Cause you're bad for my health, I swear you go to hell. Take the L, I don't wanna see you swell no more. And you might be the death of me now, baby, but we don't want no homicide now, do we? And shooting my soul so loud, are you happy now? Cause I really hate you. You may be so blue, and I promise to God I'll cut you off.
Well, okay, now that my jumper has dried, that stain is really bad. But it's just before 11, so we are about 2 hours in, and I am up to page 106 of Happy Place. I'm actually enjoying it so far. I think so far this is definitely my favourite Emily Henry book. Just to give like a short summary, we are following Harriet and she basically goes to meet her friends at this cottage that they always go to, and when she gets there, her ex is there. And her ex is like in the same friendship group as her, and they basically hadn't told anybody yet that they had broken up, and they basically decide that they will pretend to still be together for this trip because they don't want to ruin it for everybody else. You also see like the chapters of them getting together as well in this book. So we see like the start of their relationship and then we see where they are now. And I'm just really enjoying it. I think that this one compared to her others is like, seems to be kind of more focused on the romance. I'm also just liking the romance more. I'm feeling the connection between them, especially the like dialogue, the conversation, the banter between them. I really enjoy, and yeah, guys, I'm enjoying an Emily Henry book, which is really good because it would be a pretty shit way to start this challenge if I wasn't. I do have to say though, I am already tired and I'm getting a little bit of a headache. I'm trying to drink lots of water, but yeah, I'm getting a bit of a headache. So I'm not feeling confident about staying up all night, but we will see how we go. I'm really annoyed that I couldn't manage to nap earlier because I think that would have really helped me, but as I said, I'm just not a napper. Anyway, I think I'm actually going to go downstairs for a bit now to just get like a change of scenery. I might have an Alani and probably, yeah, just going to try and like sit and finish this downstairs, and then I will check in with you guys when we have finished, hopefully, and see how we are doing. 2 hours in, 22 hours to go. Give me some energy, please. Oh. Okay, it is 2:52, so nearly 3 AM. And I've just finished Happy Place. Honestly, like I was really enjoying the first half of this book, and then the second half I just didn't enjoy as much. I feel like it just became a bit like waffly. It was really dragged out, the ending, and there were just too many speeches. I hate like loads of like speeches, you know. I don't know, like that part I didn't like, which is a shame because I really liked the first part. So I'm not gonna like fully settle on a rating now, but I will say that like first half of the book I was thinking, yeah, this is like a 4.5 star, and then yeah, the second half really let me down, especially the last like 100 pages. Like I just don't think they needed to be there. Like it was just so dragged out, and yeah, as I said, I hate big emotional speeches, especially when there's like 10 of them. So that's really dragged my rating down. I don't know exactly what it's gonna be. I will think about it and then I'll like probably let you know all of my final ratings at the end of this video. I think I'm gonna go and like wash my face and stuff, and then I'm gonna start a new book on my Kindle. Or do I go for Ruthless Vows? No, I can't be reading Ruthless Vows at 3 AM. I kind of really want to read just like a short, easy book. Like I could read Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer. I've kind of wanted to read that for a while. But at the same time, I kind of just want to like read a book that's on my TBR for the month. And the only one that's on my TBR that's on Kindle Unlimited as well as physically is Love Redesigned. I'm talking about Kindle Unlimited because I really just want to read on my Kindle right now. Like I'm just not vibing with a physical book. So I think I'm going to go for Love Redesigned, but the only issue with that is I feel like it's long. The book's downstairs, but I'm sure it's quite thick. It says it's 534 pages and the typical time to read is 10 hours and 38 minutes. I think I'm going to go for this and we'll just see how we go.
Watching a storm roll in, breathing thunder somewhere in the canyons. And how much more can I search for?
Good morning, everybody. It is 9:30 this morning. I ended up staying up until about 4:30 last night. To be honest, I feel like I wasn't even that tired. Like I didn't really feel like sleeping, but I thought that it would be best basically for me to sleep because I otherwise didn't know how I was going to get through reading all day today until 9 PM. Like that's a long time. I think the reason I wasn't that sleepy is because of that Alani. I never drink energy drinks, by the way. That's like the first energy drink like I've had, maybe ever. I actually can't think of a time that I've ever drank one. Like, I don't drink them. I've obviously tried other people's, but like, yeah, I generally like don't tend to have them. Yeah, so I went to sleep at about 4:30, and then one of the dogs woke me up at 6 because she needed to go to the toilet, and then came back upstairs and slept for like another hour. So yeah, I probably got just under 3 hours sleep last night. But to be honest, like, I'm feeling fine. I normally sleep for like 9 hours at night. Like, I love my sleep. So yeah, I'm actually impressed of how not bad I'm feeling. I don't know, like, I feel like it's definitely going to catch up with me, but for now I'm okay. So I am reading Love Redesigned. I'm actually reading it on my Kindle. I'm loving reading on my Kindle, by the way. Like, why is it so much better reading on your Kindle? So glad I decided to pick up Kindle Unlimited book. And I did say last night that it said that this like average reading time for this book was like 10 hours, but it's definitely not going to take 10 hours. I am currently up to page 168, if you can see. That's like upside down. So I think I'm over a third of the way through. Let me just check what it says on Kindle. Okay, yeah, it says 34%, so I'm literally like just over a third of the way through this book. I'm really enjoying it. It's very similar to Final Offer in terms of the vibes. Obviously, it's set in the same place. So in this book, we follow Dahlia. She basically is like an interior designer. She's like a famous interior designer. It's like she has her own TV show and things, and she basically did it, I think, with her ex. But anyway, she was engaged and then that relationship broke up basically, and she is obviously going through a tough time. She is like struggling with depression and she moves back to Lake Wisteria. We then have Julian, who is like her childhood rival slash family friend. We know that also something like did happen between them in the past, but we don't really know exactly what. He is a billionaire. We love billionaires. He also is like an investor in property. He flips properties. He like builds new properties in Lake Wisteria, and yeah, he's like a billionaire. When she comes back, the two of them basically decide to like work together on a house project, and that's kind of where we are right now. But I'm just really enjoying it. As I said, I enjoy both characters. I'm feeling the chemistry between them. I'm having a really good time, and it's like reading quite quick at the moment. As I said, I read about 168 pages. I don't actually know how long I've been reading it for. I guess I read it for like an hour last night. Got up at 7:30 this morning. Probably read for like an hour and a half today, like, so about 2.5 hours, I guess. Obviously I like needed to shower, let the dogs out, get myself sorted for the day, things like that. It's actually going well at the moment. I'm feeling good. Originally I had planned obviously to read through the night and not sleep, but I'm glad I made that decision because I actually feel good today and like feel like I can read, which is great. So yeah, that's the update from me for now. I guess I'm gonna like spend the rest of the morning reading this book. I guess I'll check in with you when I have any updates, but yeah, that's it for now. It is now 12:25, and I'm not gonna lie guys, I've been struggling for the past hour or two. Just been getting like a headache and that like almost like zoned out feeling, but I am still really enjoying the book. I am now up to page, oh hang on, I think that's my order being delivered. Yeah, I am still really enjoying the book. I am now up to page 417. I think I'm about 80% through, have about 100 pages left. So I'm just gonna power through and get this finished. I think after I finish this, I probably need to take the dogs out on a quick walk because I've not taken them out yet today. So I'm gonna do that before then we start our next book. I just got a Starbucks order delivered. Starbucks has actually been so good with this recently. Like, I got the largest size and it's filled up to there. Why is it half full? This always happens whenever I order ventis. I feel like maybe I just need to stick to a grande. An iced matcha with soy milk and vanilla syrup. I got myself my favourite. It's actually the like vegan breakfast sandwich. I'm not actually vegan or vegetarian, Ollie is vegetarian, so I eat a lot of vegetarian food, but I just love this. It's like with a Beyond Meat patty and it's just so good. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this, hope that it gives me some good energy, mainly this. I do have like more Alanis to drink, but honestly, it really kept me awake last night. And obviously, like, as soon as this challenge is finished, I am going to sleep. So I need to just be careful about whether I have another Alani or not. I think like if I am gonna have one, I need to have it before too long. But we'll see how I go with the matcha first. I'll check in with you once I finish the book and probably once I've just taken the dogs out on a quick walk. Hello. Okay, I have just finished Love Redesigned. I really enjoyed this. It like really didn't feel as long as it was. I mean, I guess I was reading on my Kindle, so that helps, but yeah, I just really enjoyed this. I don't think I'm gonna like settle on a rating now. This was good. It kind of was like a less dark version of Things We Left Behind. I can't see it right now, but the third book in the Knock 'Em Out series. Like the couple's dynamic felt very similar, but overall this was kind of just like less dark, more light-hearted. It still like covered some like deep topics, and the romance like wasn't just like fluffy instant love, like it was emotional, but just in general it felt like a lighter read. As I said earlier, I am going to need to soon pop out and walk the dogs. But before I do that, I just wanted to tell you the next book that we are going to be starting. Oh, also, I guess I should tell you the time. It is now, oops, about 1:30. So we have how many hours left? 7.5 hours left. So I'm confident that I should be able to read this next book in that time. How long is it? Just shy of 400 pages. I have not been reading fast in this challenge so far, but that's okay. I have been enjoying reading, which is the main thing. So the next book I'm going to read is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I've been excited to read this for ages and it just feels like the right time, although saying that, like, I have done so much reading that I don't know if my brain is gonna like compute a fantasy world, but we're gonna try. If it's not feeling like the right time, I'll pick up something else instead. But to be honest, I really fancy reading a fantasy after like 2 romance books. We're into the last third of this challenge now, so yeah. I can't believe I've only read 2 books. I feel like normally I read more than this when I do these videos. Obviously the timer method, yeah, I do more because I'm literally like only reading when the timer's on. I swear last time I did it straight, I read more. Anyway, it's fine. I'm gonna go.
Approach this with focus, baby. You can manifest what you're really after. I will indulge if you take the lead for us. The invitation is yours for the grabbing. Kind of lover. I don't need a dozen stems to hold. If you wanna blossom with one another, gotta wet the seed if you want it to grow. Rain on my flower, baby. 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 Rain on my flower. Is this love that we're feeling, baby? There's so much that's hiding behind your eyes. Do you know you've been hesitating? I've been waiting for you to throw that line.
Okay, let me take these off so I don't shout. It is now 4:41, so 20 to 5. Been and taken the dogs for a walk, and well, that's all I've done other than read. I feel like the reading has been a bit slow. As I said earlier, I think things were starting to like go south in my brain. So I had another Alani earlier, and I feel like that's given me a new lease of life a bit. I am up to page 128 in The Cruel Prince. I'm enjoying this. In this, we are basically following Jude. She is one of 3 sisters, and she is a human. She lives in the human world, but when she's a child, a Fae warrior comes to their house basically claiming that he is the father of one of her sisters, and that one of her sisters is half Fae, and he ends up murdering their parents and taking all 3 girls back to the Fae Kingdom and raises them all like as his own children basically. That's like kind of what happens in the prologue, and then the rest of the book is taking place years later. I don't really know what else to say. My brain is just fog at the moment. It's like I just can't describe this. But I'm having a good time saying that. It's like complicated to describe, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the writing. I've not yet seen like how the romance is going to start. Like obviously I know who the romance is between, but like we haven't really had any proper vibes yet. At the moment they're like complete enemies. They hate each other, except for like a few little things that have been said that maybe suggest that she stands out to him, let's say. As I said, it's 20 to 5 and there is actually an F1 sprint race on at 5. So I will be watching that. I'm sorry, I can't not watch it. It's only a sprint race, so it shouldn't last too long. And I'll just have it on in the background while I read. Oh, I've managed to download it because it's on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm like reading it on my Kindle, kind of like switching between the two, whatever I'm fancying at the time, but at the moment I'm reading it on my Kindle because it's just easier, isn't it? It's really weird because it's like I don't even feel sleepy, I think because of like the energy drinks and like caffeine in like matcha and cups of tea and stuff, but like my brain just isn't in it. It's like fake energy. I'm gonna put the F1 on and read, and I will catch up with you realistically like probably when I finish this book or when I'm making dinner, something like that. So it's just after 7:30. Is that gonna focus? Like it's not focusing. It's just after 7:30. I have an hour and a half left. I'm up to page 250. It's really slow progress, guys. Like I am really enjoying this book. And where we just got to is crazy. This book seems to be split into like book 1 and book 2, which is a bit confusing. But crazy stuff just happened. And I'm loving it, but like it's just taking me so long to read. My brain is just not okay. Like people have been texting me and I'm like, I'm sorry, I literally can't text you. Like typing is hard. Don't try this at home, kids. Right, I'm gonna soldier on back to my Kindle, I think.
So baby, it's a shame that we don't operate well, baby. Cause you're bad for my health, I swear you go to hell. Take the L, I don't wanna see you swell no more. And you might be the death of me now, baby, but we don't want no homicide now, do we? And shooting my soul so loud, are you happy now? Cause I really hate you. You made me so blue, and I promise to God I'll cut you off. But I really need you, and I really don't want to, yeah. But we'll keep playing games till you fuck off.
I've just finished The Cruel Prince. It is 25 to 9. I think I like started this 24-hour reading vlog at 10 to 9, but like obviously I'm done. There'd be no point in me starting reading something else, and I just can't. I'm gonna speak to you tomorrow to round up all of the books and everything because I have no thoughts right now. I need to go to bed. I'll speak to you in the morning. Right, I have like hardly any battery left on this camera, so I need to just get this filmed. I feel like, why can't I find a good position for this tripod? Let's finish this off. Guys, I feel so much better today. Like, I can't even tell you. I mean, it's amazing. It's almost like sleep is important and good for you. So in the 24 hours, I read a total of 3 books. That is 1,272 pages. To be honest, I kind of thought I would read more than 3 books. I think that starting this at night, it's weird because there's some things I feel positive about starting it at night. For example, it meant that when I finished last night, I could go to bed and like just get like a good long sleep in, and it didn't mess up any kind of like schedule for me. And as I said, I feel like perfectly fine today. But on the other hand, it wasn't good because it meant like I was starting it at night after being awake obviously all day because I couldn't nap. I like don't do my best reading at night. As I said, like I'm not a night person. I'm also not really a morning person, but I'm definitely not a night person. So I feel like just like it was just slow for me from the get-go. Like Happy Place, I just think took me way too long to read. Like it's not even that long. But anyway, that's enough chit chatter. Let's actually get into talking about the books. I've told you what all of the books are about, by the way, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to tell you about my feelings. So obviously it started off with Happy Place. I think I said like the first half of this book I really enjoyed, and I was thinking, oh my god, yes, like I'm finally vibing with Emily Henry, like this is great. And then the second half was such a letdown. It's weird because I think so many people say that she is such a good storyteller, but I just think, I don't know if I agree. Like I just think that it was so drawn out, the ending. As I said, there were just so many speeches and it was just so annoying. Like we were going over the same things again and again in these speeches and it was just annoying. Like this could have been great for me, and it was like for the first half, and then the second half just really let it down and I just got so bored and really had to like force myself through it. I think overall I'm just going to settle on a 3-star for this because I think honestly like the first half of this book was like a 4.5-star book. I was loving it, but the second half was just like terribly boring and I just didn't like it, and everybody started to annoy me, where honestly I would have given like the second half like 2 stars. So I think overall I'm gonna settle on a 3-star for this. It was okay. That's kind of like my overall opinion on it, and to be honest I don't think I'm going to pick up her newest book. I just think that maybe for me she's not the author. Like I've read 4 of her books now and I kind of have an idea now of like what kind of writer she is, and I just think it's not for me. So 3 stars. Next book I read was Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. I loved this one. This is like the longest book by far. I think it's like about 500 pages, but I flew through it. Obviously like it's like a fun romance. Like it's obviously going to be easy to read, but I just loved it, had a great time. This might be one of my favourite Lauren Asher books that I've ever read. It was very similar to Final Offer. I don't know if I already said that. I found it very similar to Final Offer in terms of just general vibes. Obviously it's set in the same place. But I just loved it. I loved our 2 characters. I loved the romance. I ate up every word. This is getting 4.5 stars for me. Not quite a 5-star, but like, yeah, very close, 4.5 stars. Either 4.5 or 4.75. I'll properly decide and put it on screen. Yeah, this was great. I absolutely loved it and definitely recommend picking up this book. And then finally, The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I enjoyed this. I thought that it was going to be like a really quick read, but it actually took me a long time, I think, just because there's like lots of names, lots of different like kinds of fae that just like took me a while to get my head around. Like it is YA, so it's not complicated, but it's obviously just a whole new universe, so I think in that sense it took a lot longer. I'm really enjoying the romance in this book. I know everybody does love the romance, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And honestly, for me, I'm finding that there's enough romance. I know people like to say that it's like just a very small amount of romance, like don't go into expecting a romance. I think there's, through this book anyway, like there's quite a clear setup for a romance, and I enjoyed it. I'm debating whether to kind of go straight into the next book in the series and just like read this whole series back to back, or whether to stick to my TBR. We will see what I do. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I think I'm going to give it 4 stars. It wasn't like amazing, but for me, often like first books in the series often aren't like my favourite. I think I've seen lots of people love the second book, The Wicked King, maybe the most. And I always often find that I like second books in series the most. So I'm excited to dive into this. I enjoyed it. I think the writing's really good. It's an interesting world. It's interesting to see Fae like in ways that other authors don't. Like I think in most books people describe basically just superior humans, like bigger, more good looking, stronger humans. Whereas I like that in this book it's a little bit more traditional. They have their quirks, like some of them have like animal, and like they have, some of them have fur and they're different coloured skin, and I don't know, I like that about this. Like at first I wasn't sure how I was going to feel because I was kind of thinking I don't know how I'm going to feel about like a romance in that respect, but actually I'm really enjoying it and I'm enjoying that vibe. It feels kind of like cozy, like fairy tale vibes. It's obviously not a fairy tale, it is like a fantasy, but I don't know, I'm just enjoying that part of it and that aspect of it. So yeah, 4 stars for The Cruel Prince. So there we have it. Those are the 3 books I read in these 24 hours. As I said, not as good as I would have liked, but it's okay. I think definitely when you do the timer method like I did last time, you get through a lot more books, obviously. But also I think it took me like 4 days to do that last time. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed this vlog. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to be doing this again for a long time. It's just such a struggle. I think that if I was going to do it again, I would like try to do it with somebody else, like get my sister or somebody to stay up and do it with me, because it's just quite lonely staying up in the middle of the night on your own. I don't know, maybe that makes me sound like a complete loser. Maybe I am a complete loser, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go now because I'm gonna like leave my house and do things that aren't reading, which is great. It's a luxury, and it's Sunday and Monday is a bank holiday, so it's kind of like I've still got a full weekend. So I'm glad that I used this weekend to do it. I feel like it's panned out well, and yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to see you in the next video, guys. Please don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye.